What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well today. Hope that you are navigating this evolution in the best way you know how, and that you are taking care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, and that you're giving love and compassion to yourself, not only yourself, but to others. And to realize that everyone is going through something and that this is not an easy time to be alive and to have incarnated. But we have this. We are strong. We are one. We are connected. We are love. And when you look at and face things from a loving, compassionate, and empathetic way, you begin to look at life in a whole different way. So let's start out with pulling a card for the collective. I just want to tell you guys, because I'm transparent about everything. And I started recording a video and didn't realize that I disconnected the mic to connect something else up. And I forgot about it, and I'm recording, and I probably went 15 minutes in and realized, thankfully, that there was no sound. Thankfully, I did, and I have a feeling I know why, because Spirit didn't want me bringing the message that I was bringing in that video. So everything happens for a reason, man, and the message that I was bringing was not meant to come out. And it is what it is. I don't think it's the right time. I know it's not the right time because clearly it was shut down by Spirit. So we're going to draw this card for the collective, and just a new card because I had a card drawn for that one, and we're now drawing another card, guys. So let's see what we got for the collective. Look at this, guys. Beautiful card, man. 10 of Cups. So just sit with this energy and sit with how you feel about this card and connect to it, man. Connect to it. Just see what comes up. Just sit in silence and if you have to, you can pause the video and just look at the card and reflect on it and see what comes up for you. And I'm not really going to speak about it yet. I'm still learning on my own. And I'm here, I'm drawing the cards and I'm learning. This week will be my 4th week in the class. And, I'm going to attempt after I'm done with this video to sit with some cards and just feel what I feel and feel what comes through and listen to what comes through and just connect to myself and to the cards and my heart, So yeah, see what comes up for you. And if you feel called, drop it in the comments. Please, if you haven't already, please subscribe, please comment, please share, please like, please do it all, man. I'm seeing people are sharing the videos. I'm seeing we're getting more subscribers. What you are doing, you are helping humanity. We are helping humanity. Every time you hit that like button, you're receiving and giving energy to us. It's a giving and receiving, which is what I'm going to get into about this video and about how I spoke about this on the short I did earlier, and how how are you in balance, or are you overdoing things in your life? Parts of your life, are you overdoing it, or are certain parts in balance, or are certain parts not and other parts are? And so kind of like the hitting the like button is more so what I talked about energy exchange, and how by you hitting the like, you're giving back to the channel, and for you listening, it's kind of like you're you doing a service to humanity, to yourself, to me on this channel, and it's about giving and receiving, and I'm giving you something, and then you're giving it back by giving a love tap to the like button, or subscribing or sharing it to somebody else that needs the message that I brought. So, if you haven't done any of it, please do. Please help. Please share. Please comment. Please like. Please subscribe. I appreciate it all. And everybody who is finding the content is appreciative for what you did also. So, with that being said, let's talk about energies, and let's talk about balance and overdoing, because majority of my life, which I realize, and I have compassion and forgiveness for my past self, who didn't know any better and didn't know how to go about balancing the different aspects of my life. And it was either I overdid it in the gym, or I overdid it in relationships, or I overdid it with things that gave me instant gratification. It was always me seeking instant gratification, which in turn was that I was out of balance. And when you start pointing the different chakras to these different parts of our balance, like the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, and how a lot of that is based off of self-worth, and and also balance. And recently I've been really trying to look at different areas of my life and say, okay, my romantic part of my life, is that in balance? Right now it's kind of non-existent. Let's be real about that. And I'm not really giving too much into it, and when I do, there's not really a balance because it's kind of non-existent at this moment. And my health, I feel like I'm in balance. Other parts of my life, yeah, they can use some balancing, but I'm working on that. I'm working on that because I'm looking at the different areas and I'm like, okay, well, this area is either maybe I'm overdoing it excessively, like when I was going to the gym for 3 hours a day, or I was seeking out these instant gratification addictions like sweets or orgasms, or like excessively, is what I mean. Because it's okay when they're in balance, but when you're too far on one side of the scale, it can hinder you in your life, and in so many ways. Then you start to see the breakdowns, or you start to see things take a turn for the worst. And that's kind of like the best example I can give is I had that in so many areas, whether it be the sweets, the instant gratification with objectifying women and chasing them for instant gratification, or like I said, going to the gym over 3 hours a day, 7 days a week. I started to have people mirror those situations, and like the romantic relationships that I was in started to tell me, well, how come you don't spend much time with me, but you're at the gym 7 days a week, 3 hours a day, every freaking day, and you can't find the time to spend with me. And I was beginning to get a lot of anxiety, and I would venture to say probably depression too. And it was extremely out of balance, and I was overdoing a lot of areas. And then I was having my body break down. I was having spasms in my neck. I was having spasms in my back. Ribs were popping out. A lot of areas of my life were falling apart and crumbling because I was overdoing it. I was overdoing chasing money and putting money above all, and putting it above me, and and valuing it at a higher level than I was. The list goes on and on. And when you're out of balance and you don't have that balance, then you overdo every area of your life. And eventually, it's going to be like you're like a ticking time bomb. Eventually, it's going to explode in many areas. You're going to find your relationships are going to be volatile. You're going to find Your health is going to be volatile. You're going to find your romantic partnership is going to be volatile. It's just going to be everything. It just does not end well. Balance is so important. And if you don't have that, it just leads to disaster. And so, I'm not trying to put fear in you. I'm just speaking of my journey and what I've gone through with overdoing and not being in balance. And I've seen it not only affect me, but affect people in my life externally. So, like I've talked about on previous videos, that the things in the external are mirroring our internal. So then I saw family members in the same boat, like my father, always overdoing, always. I mean, for many, many years, and that's one thing that he talked about a lot was working 17 hours a day. If that is not overdoing, then I don't know what is. And me telling you that can be a sign that says to you, okay, if you're doing something like that, maybe you got to reevaluate things. Like, why am I doing this? Like, what is making me do this? Is it all the things I'm buying and then I have to support those things? Or is it the family that I have, and how can I how can I reel this in and bring it to balance? So you can find yourself in nature. You can find yourself meditating. If you say, well, I'm working 15, 17 hours a day and I don't have time for that. Okay, well, you know what? Wake up an hour earlier. Get up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and sit and meditate. There's ways of doing it. We all have 24 hours in a day. We can all figure out how to come to balance. If you have to step away and go to the water and get some rejuvenation from the water, that can bring you in balance. You can take 5 seconds and go outside and hug a tree. That can bring you into balance. You can put your feet in the sand. That doesn't take more than a second. Make sure there's no ants and things like that around, but you can put your feet with no socks on in the sand or in the dirt and ground yourself. And that helps you to bring you to balance, bring you in your body, to ground you in your body. There is things you can do, man, if you don't have the time. And I feel like the more you repeat that you don't have the time, the more the universe is going to give you no time. So, it is so vital right now as we move forward in 2023 to be in balance. And if you're not, to start evaluating the areas of your life that you are not. And if you're having a lot of health challenges, then you have to reel yourself in and look at why you're having those challenges. And most likely you're overdoing things. You're overdoing eating certain things. You're overdoing, maybe you're putting yourself around situations and people that don't serve your highest good. You need to maybe start setting boundaries, putting boundaries in place, which is not an easy thing to do. Trust me, I know. I've been on that journey for a while now, and it is not an easy, it is far from easy, but I will talk more about that on other videos, as I do plan to do a series on that. It is so vital that we do have that in place. If you're an empath, and probably if you're listening to this channel, you are, and us as empaths, overdo and give and give and give. And that is, a kind of a double-edged sword for us empaths, because we end up paying for it in some aspect or another, whether it be health or some other situation. So, I really do urge you to sit with yourself and wake up 10, 15 minutes earlier and meditate on where you're overdoing areas of your life and how you can change that. And as I said, you can set boundaries, you can go out in nature, you can meditate, you can do breath work. All these things will bring you to balance. And it will bring you to the present moment and the now. And you will be able to more so reflect on these situations in your life, like areas in your life that you maybe are overdoing or even underdoing. Because you could underdo too and not do enough, and then that relationship falls apart, or that career falls apart, or that entrepreneurial ship falls apart, that business. So the thing that I heard for so many years from spirit, from messages from the universe, from people telling me, like, I always constantly got overdoing. And I constantly would talk about this, and I never knew back then how to do it, because I didn't. I mean, first of all, I was surrounded by people that overdid everything. So who did I really have to use as a guide or as somebody to help me understand how to better balance my life? And I was always being led to that and being pushed more into that direction, but I didn't see it till now. I didn't see the bigger picture. Like when you have a chance to zoom out and you can see everything from the bigger picture, I can see now. And as I was talking about it in nature earlier and yesterday, and in the short I did earlier, and I think I did a preview of something yesterday, I started to realize that, man, I was doing nothing but overdoing everything. And I always took it to the extreme, and did not end well, man. Let me just tell you, like I said, I named a few things, and even in even in the romantic relationships that I wanted it to continue, and just not, they fell apart. They fell apart because I was overdoing other areas of my life, and not giving enough to that. And so it was like I constantly would say to myself all the time, man, like, man, it seems like I'm just overdoing everything, and I'm not in balance. And how can I come to balance? And finally in my life, man, I feel in balance internally. I feel in peace, and I feel like that I'm constantly finding peace in every situation, in every moment. I'm finding peace, and people and individuals and things are being drawn to me because of the peace that I have found within, and the balance. And I start to notice almost almost right away when I'm not in balance, and when I maybe have a little ounce of anxiety pop up, or I'm not feeling so great. I'm starting to realize that my guides, the divine source, God, my higher self is constantly showing me and bringing me back into balance, or I'm bringing myself back into balance. And I'm realizing, like, the more and more I hear things and the more and more I see things, we as a humanity are realizing our worth, and we're healing the solar plexus and the root chakra and the crown, and we're stepping into that, and we're leaning on the healing. And not everybody, again, you know, uh, it's not going to be everybody. It's not for everybody, and not everybody wants to even go there, like I talked about on the previous video, which I will go into that even more too, about us meeting up with different people, and then you find that you don't really speak to them again, or they just aren't really, they're not really there present listening to you because they don't want to go there. And that's a common theme, especially now in the times we're in. But the timelines are shifting. We're switching timelines. The planet is splitting, and this new Earth. We're upon this new Earth, and I see it, and I've been seeing it. And things are changing so rapidly, and we're healing so rapidly, and it is so beautiful, man. It is so beautiful. And you know i I couldn't be happier, man. Yes, I am not gonna lie, like, I struggle every day with with my own experiences and my own things that I'm going through. And it is not easy. And I do not pretend to say that it is and that I have it all together. But I'm a work in progress, and I'm continuing to just understand and know that even though I can't put my hands on things that I've manifested and they're in the quantum field and they're here, but I just can't touch them yet. I need to trust. I need to trust and believe and know that they're coming. And this year is my year. And I know it. And I've said it on previous videos, and you're going to watch back this video, man. You're going to see it is my glow up year. And it is happening on this channel. This channel is part of that. This channel is going to take us in a whole new level, to a whole new level, because I'm growing, I'm healing, I'm experiencing these things, and then I'm bringing it here to you guys. And not only am I helping myself, but I'm helping everyone who is subscribed and who will be subscribed. And it's such a beautiful thing, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this journey. And I'm so blessed that these messages are coming through in the way that they are, and that I'm able to help and bring these messages to the collective and humanity and help each of us grow and evolve. So, like I said, bust out a journal, get you a journal, and start writing down areas of your life that you feel like you're overdoing. Are you overdoing junk food eating? Are you underdoing that? Are you overdoing not eating enough healthy stuff like veggies and things like that? These are all things. Are you overdoing exercise or fitness? Are you overdoing, whatever area, junk, like I said, sugars, sex, porn, whatever the heck your vice is, gaming? When you have a balance, that's the key. That is the key to life and to peace and harmony. So you start with one area of your life, and how is that area in balance, or how is it not? And that's what you ask yourself. You sit in silence, get your journal, get your paper and pen, and write down, okay, my career. Do I overdo that, or do I not? Am I doing too little, or am I not doing enough? And how can I bring that to balance? In my relationship, if you're in one, how can I bring that to balance? In what way can I better bring this relationship to balance? Am I not giving enough, or am I giving too much? These are the things we have to ask ourselves, and the more and more you do that, the more and more you're going to, and as I said, start with one area. If you feel like you have multiple areas that are not in balance, then really start with one area, because that's how I felt like over 5 years ago. I'm like, holy shit, man. I keep getting the messages that I'm overdoing things by people are telling me this by what's happening in the external. But I didn't know a way out. I didn't understand how to fix that. I didn't understand. And it all really does start within, because if you're not in balance within, your external is not going to be in balance. So you really got to start there. And that is how you can start asking these questions of yourself, and how I can do this. And like I said, a good one is going in nature, or putting your feet in the sand, or just sitting with yourself with no technology outside, enjoying the sunshine, listening to the birds, not playing on your phone, not going into any addiction or vice, just with you, with nature. And start there. And that will help you come home to yourself and start understanding areas that you need to balance in, because you'll have time to think. You won't have these distractions, to avoid finding out how you can fix those balances in your life, and that will lead you essentially home to yourself to have that balance. It was like I showed up at the ocean, in different areas of the ocean, like I would go to different cities. The last year I was in Florida, and the days that I was not at peace internally, the ocean was rough and chaotic. The days I was at peace and in balance, the ocean was completely flat. And it blew my mind back then. And I just got chills just telling you about that, because what we experience internally, we're going to experience on the external. And if you're chaotic internally, and your world is on fire internally, it's going to be on fire and in chaos externally, because it's just mirroring how you are internally, just like the metaphor I just gave you with the ocean. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope that I was able to bring you a level of peace, knowing that you can start small and get out in nature and be with you, and just being in nature with no technology will bring you to harmony and peace, because the nature is there to harmonize us, to bring us in balance. You start doing that little by little, and you'll start to see your world, your inner world, come to peace and balance, and your outer world. I promise you that, man. I've experienced it myself, and it's been a long road to get here, and I'm still on a journey every day. And I've realized and I've decided that I'm going to enjoy the journey each and every day, and realize there's no point to say, well, I want to get to the end of this. Like what's going to happen when you get there? You know what I mean? Like, so enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Follow your breath, follow your chest rising and falling. Do breath work, get in nature, breathe, pay attention to your breath going in and out. Do all these things, because your life will improve. Over time, it will improve. You're here to learn, grow, and evolve. And we're all doing that, man. And I love you all so much for putting in the hard work, for doing for doing all of this, and just wanting to change for not only yourself, but for humanity, for the planet. I love you all so much, man, from my heart to yours. We got this, man. We got this. Just hopefully you listened to the whole entire video, and hopefully you got something out of it. And if not, that's okay too. You know, I will never try to force anything down anybody's throat. I used to be like that, and I won't do that anymore. If you want this content, you will be here to listen to it, and you will make the changes necessary to do so. If you want change in your life, and if you want that peace and harmony that you so look for. So I hope you get something out of this. We may continue on with a part 2. We'll see what happens. Again, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share, comment. I love to read the comments. We are going up. We keep getting new subscribers each and every day, and I'm truly grateful, man, and thankful for every one of you, man, even the ones that came first. I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to bring my life experiences and my experiences to you all. And all the things that I'm trying and testing out, I'm able to come and bring to you with legitimate experience. So with that being said, I love you all again from my heart to yours. Take care of yourself. And, until next time, man, until the next one. I love you all. Take care. Let's go, Wisdom Warriors. We got this.